Product life cycle, also known as PLC. So whenever a company is introducing a new product into the market, it is crucial to conduct a thorough research about it and be aware of its competitors who are selling the same device. And we as a company should be aware of the product life cycle stages and strategies that we need to take at different stages of product life cycle. So in this video, we're going to look at what is product life cycle and what are different stages of product life cycle, and in the end we'll see some examples as well. So please watch this video till the end. Don't forget to like, comment and share with all your friends as well, and in case if you are visiting my channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe as well and to hit that bell icon as well for all the notifications of digital e-learning on my upcoming next videos. Hello and welcome back to yet another video series from Digital E-Learning. I hope you will like this video. What is PLC, or the product life cycle? So the product life cycle, it was first introduced or developed by Raymond Verman in 1966 and is still widely used model in economics and marketing. According to him, each product has a certain life cycle that begins with its development and ends with its decline. Product life cycle is a process that a product goes through when it is first introduced into the market until it declines or is removed from the market. Determining or predicting a product life cycle is extremely difficult. Nobody can accurately foretell how the customer taste or preference might change in 5 or 10 years time. Every company wants each product to have a long commercial life. In other words, they want the product life cycle to be as long as possible. Product life cycle is a time when the product is in market through its different stages, which are, we start with introduction, then we have the growth, then we have the maturity, and finally we have the decline. Company determine that each stage affects the product profit. Business executives try to maximize the product value through each stage. The length of product life cycle stages varies for different product. One stage may last 1 week, while the other stage may even last decades. This will help in taking the sound marketing decisions at different stages of product life cycle. So the first phase in product life cycle is the introduction phase. So in this phase, once the product has been developed, the first stage is the introduction stage. In this stage, the product is being released into the market. Here, the focus is on raising the product awareness and increasing its market share. Usually, the prices are kept as low as possible to capture the maximum market share. This typically requires a lot of resources and finance. An introduction stage of a product life cycle is the most expensive stage for a company. This is because when a product is launched for first time, sales will be very less until the consumers become aware of the product and its advantages. Demand for the product is also quite immature at this stage. The principal goal of this stage is to build the demand for the product and get into the hands of consumers, hoping to later cash on into the growing popularity. During the introduction stage, marketing and promotion costs are also very high, and company often invest the most in the promoting the product and getting into the hands of consumers. Coupled with low prices, this results in a period of negative profitability or loss for the company. Second phase is the growth phase. In this phase, when your product has reached this stage, it means it has survived the first introduction phase and has successfully launched their product. Company now want their product to remain in this phase for as long as possible. It is important to focus on building a brand preference to increase the market share. This is when the customer and the competitors start becoming aware of it and your product start to sell at much faster rate. Public is becoming increasingly aware of your product and the word of mouth is starting to spread. As the market expands, more competition often drives the price down to make the specific product competitive. However, the sales are usually increases in volume and generating revenue. Marketing in this stage is aimed at increasing the product market share. Because of the product, its review and marketing activities sales are expected to pick up sharply in this growth stage. Since your company can now start to benefit from economies of scale in production, profit will also increase. As overall profit increases, the company can choose to spend more money on the promotion activities to further increase and boost the potential of growth stage. This is when the product quality is well maintained so as to not let the audience down. The third phase is the maturity phase. In this phase, the product reaches maturity. Its sale tends to stop or even slow down, giving a hint that the saturation has arrived. Your competitors are also bringing the new similar product into the market. It is not uncommon to have a product at maturity for decades. The best example could be Coca-Cola. During this stage, company has to focus on maintaining their market share through promotions and advertising. Pricing may also have to come down slowly. During the maturity phase, company focuses on product differentiation and prices. Product differentiation is the process of distinguishing a product or service from other. These two strategies help them maximize profit. To avoid losing these customers, company must invest on innovations. They must keep updated with the latest form of technologies. So if you fail to do this, you will start losing customers. Due to decrease in demand for the product, company may introduce new features to the product to enhance its effectiveness. It can also sell the product at a lower price compared to its competitors. Demand is strong and service is now booking out. Very soon the product will begin to compete with new alternatives being introduced into the market. Due to the introduction of similar innovative products and more challenging pricing by competitors, your product might become very less convenient for the buyers. Decline is the fourth and the last phase of product life cycle. In this phase, the product reaches saturation and a decline is inevitable. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. After enjoying a long period of maturity, most products will now start declining. Decline refers to the decline in sales and sometimes the market share too. Product sales will also drop significantly and the consumer behavior changes as there is less demand for product. By this time, your audience will move to better or new innovative product as they are no longer interested in your product because they offer nothing new as compared to other products that are currently in the introduction or the growth phase. Finally, your product will retire out from the market unless it is able to redesign itself or remain relevant or in demand. For example, products like typewriters, telegrams, and many more are in deep of their decline stage. In this phase, it eventually means it is impossible to manufacture it and still make a profit out of it. Let us now see some of the examples we have from the product life cycle. We'll first construct a PLC graph here and we'll mark all the stages here. First is the introduction stage. The classic examples are the foldable smartphone and the Samsung Gear VR and self-driving cars. In the next phase, growth phase, we have the Samsung and the Apple smartphones, hybrid and the electric cars as the best examples. In the maturity phase, Apple iPod and the newspaper are the classical examples. And in the decline phase, there are a lot of classical examples, one starting with the landline phone and typewriters, which was first introduced in the 19th century as a technology to improve the ease and efficiency of writing. But since most of you have been watching using these video recorders, but with the rise of streaming services like Netflix, VCR will eventually be phased out and in a deep decline stage right now. Thanks for watching Digital E-Learning. Have a fantastic day ahead.